welcome to Therate. My name is Katie, and I'm with my co-host Ashley. And we are not therapy, but we are a fun time. And today we are doing something brand new, which is discussing the Showgirl album. This is going to be a little bit different than how we've covered albums in the past. Rather than going song by song and discussing how we would treat that song as a client, we're going to be grouping together these various themes on the album. So, um, I'll let Ashley talk a little bit about that, but maybe can you dive in and share a little bit about how we're breaking down this album?
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited about this. So to start, we have relationship green flags, and we actually have a special guest with us for that episode. Her name is Rudy. She is a podcaster as well on the Hidden Way podcast and had us on for the Life of a Showgirl breakdown on her podcast. And we just loved spending time with her. So we wanted to bring her back on. And on that episode, we talk about the songs Opalite, Honey, Wood, and Wish List. And then we have another theme of friendship. We're going to be talking about the songs Actually Romantic, Canceled, Eldest Daughter. Our last theme that we're going to do is called Show Business. So we're going to be talking about Life of a Showgirl, Ophelia, Elizabeth Taylor, and Father Figure. And I'm really excited about doing all of this because we're breaking down multiple songs and focusing on different themes as opposed to one song per episode. So I think that that's going to be a really fun way to shake things up for such a concise album.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, if you have listened to the album, you're going to know that this one's a little bit more explicit than other albums. So, just as a heads up, you're going to hear things about sexuality, you're going to hear things that are like a little bit crass language, some people might say, stuff like that. So, if that's a sensitive um, topic for you, then we'd encourage you to just skip the episode where we discuss those themes.
Yep, absolutely. So, Katie, as I was preparing for our time together, I was listening to the album. And you know how we talk about like lyrics that describe us?
Yes.
It's like one of my favorite things that we do.
Uh-huh.
I heard a lyric and I was like, literally, I feel like a client would say this to a therapist as like a way to describe therapy.
What? Okay. I'm listening. Let's go.
Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark.
100%. Absolutely.
I heard that and I was like, oh, there it is.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. 100%. I could picture a client saying that, something like that to me.
And us therapists being like, let's do it. Here we are. We're ready.
We're going to the depths. Put on your scuba mask. Like, we're diving in. That's so good. But Ashley, I would love to know, is there a lyric that you feel like is on this album that describes you?
There is. I chose between three, but this one just I couldn't get away from.
Okay.
I feel a little bit called out by Taylor with this one, but you know what? I will forgive and move on. They want those three dogs that they call their kids.
I think our listeners need to know how many dogs you currently have.
I have two. I have two dogs, but they are absolutely my babies. Thank you very much.
100%. Oh, I love that. What were the other contenders?
I protect the family.
Mm-hmm.
I get very protective of people,
Mm-hmm.
like overprotective. And my husband always talks about how wide my smile is. So I thought about doing You Smile Miles Wide from Ruin the Friendship,
Oh,
but I couldn't get away from the dogs.
oh, that's so good. I love that. Shout out to the dogs, little puppers, the kids, the children, the babies.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Katie?
Oh, I was really kind of struggling with this one. I was like, oh, what lyric? And then I was going through the song Eldest Daughter, and when she goes, I'm not a bad bitch, and I was like, that's me.
Tell me more.
Just like this idea that like in the song she's talking about how like there's this persona of like I'm this bad bitch, like I can like do this or I can take that or whatever, but like inside I'm just like I'm just a little softie, I'm just a baby. That's how I feel where I'm like I'm not a bad bitch.
Just too
Like,
soft for all of it.
I'm just too soft for all of it. Like I'm just a little squishy marshmallow. Don't hurt me, please.
A squishy marshmallow that gets feral when needed. I will say that.
Yes, I will get feral when needed for sure.
I love it. Well, Katie, I know that you had pulled some statistics about this album. Can you share with our listeners a little bit about the success of this album?
The Life of the Showgirl is Taylor's 12th studio album, and it had the largest sales week in the modern era of 3.48 million pure sales. Pure sales. Crazy.
Absolutely wild.
The last album that had like reached close to that was Adele's 25, which came out, I don't even know, like so many years ago. So like Taylor like broke a massive record here. It had the largest streaming week. It was the fourth biggest of all time. Like of all time. Like it dominated the charts, all 12 songs charted on the Hot 100 and it filled the entire top 10. And some unique background on the album is that Swift recorded this in Sweden with the producers Max Martin and Shellback in the middle of touring. Like she was literally on the European leg of the Eras tour, and then she was like flying to Sweden to like record this album. So a lot of the inspiration is taken from her romantic relationship with Travis Kelce, which was very public during the Eras tour, and also just her life as a showgirl touring worldwide for years. So it's just a very happy, very uplifting album. It just really reflects kind of behind the curtains of what her experience was being a showgirl and having been a showgirl her whole life. So, anything you'd like to add there, Ashley?
Just the the docu-series, she talks a little bit about this, that like she's on the Eras tour and she knows that 3.5 hour show so well that she like mentally needs a challenge. Like who, who in the world?
Challenge myself more.
Yeah. Which like I love a challenge too, but my challenges are like maybe I'll do a different route to work.
I'll go right instead of left.
Yeah. It's just so wild to think that she is it's just like what she was built to do, you know, like she just loves this so much. And I love that about her that like it's not just a job to her, she just loves doing it. And I think that's part of what makes Taylor so amazing and like relatable in some ways because she cares so deeply about it and it's like just part of her.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, just wild. So I would like to hear, Katie, where were you when you found out that she was going to be on the New Heights pod?
Oof. I think it was probably home. I like saw like I mean there had been like a lot of Easter egging and then when like there was a graphic that Travis and his brother dropped that had like an outline of like but it like was like blocked out like you couldn't see it was just an outline of a person. I was like, oh, that's Taylor. They're gonna have Taylor on the pod. Like it was super obvious. And I just remember being like, oh, this is so exciting, you know, because she's done so many interviews that show up as podcasts, right? But like it's not purely a podcast. So I was really pumped for that. How about you?
I was in Aruba on my anniversary trip, and I was like trying so hard to make a decision of like how much electronic usage do I want here, you know?
Mhm.
And so, Katie, when that little image showed up, the stress and the tension of like, do I watch this? Do I not? How do I stay present on my trip, but also like really engage with this? And like I was just like so excited, but also like there was so many decisions that I had to make about like, okay, when is it appropriate to watch this 2 hour long podcast? Like on the beach with my husband. Like it was a whole thing. So he actually took a picture of me like poolside with a drink, like watching this podcast and like huge grin on my face, just like so excited. But yeah, I was pretty surprised.
I love that. I remember you were like texting me being like, I'm so stressed right now. Being like, babe, if I were on vacation, like I'd be like eating this up. Like I would just have all the time to go nuts on it.
So fun.
Yeah, I listened to that podcast back to back twice. Like in like 2 or 3 days, I'd listened to it twice and just like gleaned something new each time and just really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such a fun one. And I just love seeing like them interact together and then hearing about the sourdough and just like little pieces of her life too. Like it's such a fun watch.
Yeah. And
Um,
then she dropped the announcement in the middle. Like it was like buried. Like she like buried the album release in the middle of the podcast. What the heck, Taylor? What a weird decision, but like she loves to surprise the fans, and that did surprise me. I mean, like we were expecting an album announcement, 100%. Like she'd been leading us on for so long, but the fact that it was buried like an hour in, only Taylor would do that. Like,
Yeah, and I do love that she like folded into their typical routine. It wasn't like I'm here and here's an album and ta-da, but like it was like part of their like actual segments and like just yeah, I loved it. It's so cool.
absolutely. And of course, very shortly after we found out, weeks later, that like right after that podcast had wrapped up, he had literally planned to propose to her like immediately after, and so of course Swifties like pulled all the little bits of information together to like piece that information together. And when that information dropped, when she like announced her engagement, like that was when my grin was like splitting my face in half. Like I was thrilled. Like I was like, this is America's royal wedding. This is the best news ever. Like I was elated. Like I was riding cloud nine for like days, weeks. I was just so happy for her. My jaw dropped, and actually, I came home and was like so like excited that I was like, "Babe, we gotta go out to dinner. Like, we gotta celebrate." And so, like, my husband and I actually like went out to dinner, and like, and I talked his ear off for like an hour. He was a champ. I was like, "Here's every detail about why this is so significant, and here's all the information, and here's why she didn't, how she didn't, blah 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 blah." And, like,
That's too precious. You had to celebrate the engagement.
100%. It was like a celebration.
Too cute. I love that. And what a good husband to like just go along with it and be like, yeah,
Um,
let's do
he was like,
this.
okay, yeah, let's go get burgers, let's get fries. And then he just like sat there and was like, so like what about that? And what about this? And like we just had a whole conversation.
Too fun.
Yeah, it was the best. I remember they were even playing uh like some of her music at the restaurant. And I was like, oh, that's Taylor. I was like, that's Taylor right there. That's they're playing it at 1989 right now.
Aw, what a fun memory. I love that.
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
cool.
absolutely. Yeah.
So then what about like your first reaction to this album? What was your initial thoughts on this?
Um, I like the moment that I heard Fate of Ophelia, I was like, oh, this is good. This is very, very, very good. Like I fell in love with that song, and I felt like it had totally set up like my experience for the whole album. So I was really a huge fan right away. Elizabeth Taylor, so good. I was like, I love the messaging of that. Opalite threw me for a second. I actually didn't love Opalite right away.
Really?
Yeah, which I think had to do with the fact that Travis said that it was his favorite song, and that he like his well, his favorite song on this album. I think his favorite song of all time is Blank Space. And I think that like I was expecting some of like the big energy of Blank Space in Opalite, and it wasn't. It's like a slow build, right? And like it's a phenomenal song, but I think I was expecting like this big energy. And because Martin and Shellback have like produced these really like crazy big like concert venue type hits on Reputation. I think I was expecting more of that on the album, and it doesn't have that energy, right? Like I mean it could be, it could totally be like tweaked in certain ways and produced in big out and big venues, but I think that threw me for a second. But then when we heard Father Figure, I was like, what? What? Like my jaw was on the floor for that song. I couldn't believe what she was singing, and I loved it so much. So when I got online and saw that there was like hate for this album, I was like, you were out of your mind. This is brilliant. Like, I don't care what you have to say. Like, I was completely unbothered by what people had to say. I was like, I love it. I don't care what you think. Like, this is so good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my algorithm knows that I love Taylor, so it kind of just shows me the positive stuff. So I heard from other people that there were like, I don't know, people not liking the album or whatever, and I was like, okay, whatever, but I liked it. I thought it was fun too. I wasn't like as obsessed with this album as sometimes I get with her other albums. Like I like the songwriting where there's like a lot of layers to like dig through and that kind of thing. Um, but it's just a fun, quick album. Like it's just fun. And it's a good listen and I think she did a great job with it.
Yeah, I
It did
agree.
its job. It did exactly what she said it was going to do.
Yes. I think like the marketing for this was 100% accurate. Like, I don't think she ever represented this album in the slightest differently than like what it was. I think coming off of Tortured Poets, which is so layered and so complex and so long, like this like was a very drastic pivot, I think. I think it could give somebody some whiplash if like you were new to the Swiftie world with like TTPD and then you went into Showgirl, you'd be like, what just happened? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I will say that I think I love the first half of the album more than the latter half. Like, I think the first half of the song, like the first like five songs, I'm like 10 out of 10. And I immediately love them. And I think like the last half of the song of the album, minus Life of a Showgirl with Sabrina Carpenter, I was like, those had to grow on me a little bit. Like those weren't instant love for me. But
Okay.
I think they're all really good and I enjoyed them, but they were like what I wanted to keep listening to were the first five songs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My favorite song from this album is Honey, and I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough.
Let's talk about it now.
It's so
I,
good. The bridge where she talks about, I will never get over this bridge. She's like, I'm gonna pull up the lyrics.
do it.
When anyone called me late night, he was screwing around with my mind, asking what are you wearing? Too high to remember me in the morning, to remember in the morning. And when anyone called me lovely, they were finding ways not to praise me, but you say it like you're in awe of me and you stay until the morning.
Oh, so good.
Taylor,
What about that like speaks to you?
I think I mean, it tells a whole story and like you can hear the disrespect and like the not caring in the first part. And then just being like, I don't know, just the shift of like you stay until the morning. The way she sings it too, just
Yeah, like there's like a softness, like you stay until the morning. Like it's like so,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I love it.
yeah. So I really love this song as well. And I had a little bit of an insight as I was like listening to the song, I think, and I would love to know your opinion and listeners like drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to hear them. Um, so when anyone called me sweetheart, it was passive aggressive at the bar, right? And then the bitch was telling me to back off. Her man had looked at me wrong, right? Which is already like telling a story of like your boyfriend did something inappropriate and you're blaming me for it, right? Like like she's getting in trouble, right? And
Yep.
then it was standing in the bathroom, white teeth. They were saying that skirt don't fit me, and I cried the whole way home. And so like when I like picture that scenario playing out, I'm like, okay, so like that thing that happened at the bar distressed her. She goes to the bathroom and then somebody like was like, honey. And then like I was like, white teeth, like why that? And then I was like, what if she's saying like almost like when somebody smiles, but they're not, it's like disingenuous. It's not a smile, it's just white teeth.
Mm.
Like that's how like I like interpreted it, where I was like, you're like that's fake. Like she's not even gonna call it a smile. It's not a smile. It's almost just like I don't know, but it
Mm.
never reaches your eyes. Like it's not real.
Like the Cheshire Cat?
Yeah, kind of like the Cheshire Cat. Like, and you know they're saying that skirt doesn't fit me, and but like couching it as like, honey, like let me help you. That skirt doesn't fit you, you know, but like cutting her down the entire time.
Yeah.
And I just like I don't know. I really liked how she told that story and how she like framed it in the sense of like somebody's trying to like there's actually a term for it which I can't remember at the moment, but like when your words and your nonverbals and like totally don't match, or when somebody is like being really
Incongruence.
to you, yeah, it's like total incongruence, but there's a very specific term for it which I can't think of right now, but like, you know, somebody's just like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you're so nice, da, da, da. Right? But then like the depth of like what they're saying doesn't match the relationship that you have. And it just feels like there's like a fakeness to it. And I feel like
Hmm.
that's kind of the energy that she's challenging here. And then contrasting that with like, but when you touch my face, you can call me honey. Like there's that green light permission. So I went off in the deep end a little bit on honey. I don't know what your thoughts are. We can transition, but I agree with you. It's a great song.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's a perfect fit for our relationship green flags episode because, yeah, it talks about the contrast of unhealthy interactions with people and a healthy one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not just healthy, but like sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very tender, very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a song on the album that like maybe would be like a skip for you? Like if you were just listening to like your favorite hits, is there a skip?
I think Canceled
Yeah?
is not one that I really go back to. I think it's a fine song. I think it deserves to be on the album. It's just
Mm-hmm.
not my deal. How about you?
Yeah. I really love Canceled actually. Like it's
It's
so
rep coded. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But I know like another person too that's like canceled is just like it just doesn't like nothing about that song like speaks to them. For me it's probably ruined the friendship.
Really?
You seem so surprised. What surprises you?
I love that song.
Really?
Yeah. What don't you like about it?
You know, I don't think the melody like super gets to me, and I I'll be honest, I don't love that she says like it was not an invitation, but I should have kissed you anyway. Like I don't like I really don't love that. I'm like, it's not an invitation, don't do it. Like, you know,
Like, where's the informed consent?
where's the consent, Taylor? Like, you know, or like, and your girlfriend was away, and like, I'm like, no, stop! I hate this so much.
No, I don't like it when she talks about cheating.
Like, I
Like,
know,
it's not my favorite.
I get what you're saying here, but like, no. So,
Yeah.
I just picture being like the other girl, right? Like, so I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't think. But I love the message of the song. Like, I think that's really sweet. And I think that it's like a shocking song. Like, I listened to it the first time and I was like, he died? What?
Yeah.
You know, so I think it has its place in the album. I think it's got a great message, but it's just not one that I would like put on repeat personally. Like, it's just, sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably not one that I would. What's like a repeat song for you though, where you're like, as soon as it's over, you're like, we got to do that one more time.
I like Opalite a lot.
So good.
Yeah. How about you?
Oof. Fate of Ophelia. Like that could just like loop for like a long time and I could just keep listening to it. It's just so fun to me. I love
It
that
is.
song.
It
So
is.
also Father Figure, I'm obsessed. I feel like it was a travesty. It is a crime that that did not get a music video. Like, what are you talking about? Because I was watching The Godfather, like, in my mind as that song was playing.
Ah,
The Godfather, this is the Mafia. Like, this is so good. So that's, I love that song.
that's
Father
amazing.
on repeat, nonstop would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun one for sure. Well,
Um,
anything else that you want to share about this album?
hmm. I think I just want to know what our listeners think about this album and like what are their like top songs or they don't. So if you want to drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear. Send us an email. I want to know. I'd love to dialogue a little bit and like hear other people's opinions about the album.
Yes. Yeah, we love it when people comment and share their thoughts. So please feel free. I love that.
Great. Well, Ashley, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah, yeah. So thanks for listening, everybody. We're really excited about this season, and thank you, Jeremy, for editing this podcast. And um, if you want to follow us, you can find us on Instagram at Therate Podcast. If you want to request a song, you can do that at theratepodcast@gmail.com. And Katie, I love doing this with you. Thanks for doing this. And you put in a lot of extra work. And I appreciate everything that you did to make today possible. So thank you.
It was literally so fun. Did not feel like a lot of work, so I was glad to do it. So I love doing this with you, Ashley. Thanks, listeners, for tagging along. We love doing this. We love when you interact with us. It's like our favorite thing. So we'll
Mhm.
catch you at the next episode.
All right. Bye.